SJ-19 Learns to Love is a 2D action platformer from Grizzly Wizard Games, and it feels like a quick-fire Metroidvania game at times. Although short, only a couple of hours, this 8-bit inspired mini-romp is charming and challenging. There are 9 bosses that take some working out and some interesting puzzles along the way. SJ-19 is available on Steam from the 23rd of April, and this is the developer's 3rd title and their 2nd action platformer. The headline is that this new game is worth the small asking price that I assume will be under a $5. Story-wise, things are a little thin on the ground, but what do you expect from a purposefully short game created by one man? You play as SJ-19, who is the latest in a long line of battle robots. You are sent on a mission by an unknown power, and you uncover more of the story as you progress. To be honest, with a game this short, it's hard to critique the story at all, but for a pocket money indie title, it does what it needs to do. This game is all about the action, and there is plenty of it. You control SJ using typical directional controls with buttons to jump and fire. Anyone that has played a 2D game with a shooting mechanic will feel right at home. The controls are tight and you always feel in control of SJ. You acquire more power-ups such as a dash move and rockets as you progress. These in turn can be upgraded from special shops spread around the place. There is a certain elegance in racing around the levels, and you'll be surprised how good this budget title plays. Make sure to kill as many enemies as you can because the upgrades depend on your overall score. You might find that the gameplay is a little basic at first, but the more you play, the better you need to get. Some of the bosses are very tricky, and there is an easy mode if you're feeling the pinch. If you do manage to get through the game on the normal mode, you can feel quite accomplished. Normally these games are quite easy, but SJ-19 has a real challenge in it. If you enjoy retro-inspired platform games, this is one of the better ones I've played recently. It is easy to dismiss these budget indie titles as shovelware, but once in a while a rose buds from the thorns. Graphically, SJ-19 looks like a very polished 8-bit game. It really reminds me of the late Atari games on the 2600. Although the gameplay is more like a 16-bit game, the visual presentation is lovely. If you're a fan of only a few colours and a rigid pronounced pixel, this one is for you. The use of colour is excellent, with each area being very distinguishable. The whole game is one huge map, like a Metroid, and there is a variety in the scenery. You'll find yourself admiring the simple yet effective design of the overall levels. You will not notice the sound or music much. It is there, but it feels subdued, which is a real shame. The sound is fine for what it is, but it's certainly the weakest aspect along with the game's length. But everything else is a joy to experience, and you will not be disappointed by these slight niggles. Taking the limitations of a one-man team, making a budget title, SJ-19 is impressive. If you play indie games regularly, you will understand why this one stands out from the bunch. Overall, SJ-19 is a refreshing blast of retro action that stands out from its competition. Those looking for some quick blast and action will find it here, as will those looking for a mini adventure. If you just want something easy to get into, you could do much worse. The characters are charming, there are a few secrets to uncover, and the gameplay is tight. Although a little short, SJ-19 feels accomplished and polished with just enough retro feel without being dated. An easy recommend from me. I've been Retro Faith, thanks for watching, keep it retro.